What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dee Hankins Show, where we talk about life, help you with your curveballs, and celebrate your home runs. My name is Dee Hankins. I am your host, and if this is your first time watching, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for the last 3 weeks, thank you so much. We are on a road to resilience. The goal of this podcast is to make you as resilient as possible. The reason why I want to focus on resilience, the reason why this is so important is because no one, and I mean no one, is exempt from life throwing curveballs. These are life challenges that are going to happen to you no matter who you are, what you are, how much money you have, what your status is. It doesn't matter. Life is going to throw curveballs at you. Minor ones, major ones, Mondays, Tuesdays, and everything else in between. This is important to understand because if you can master resilience, you can master your bounce back. I define resilience as the ability to bounce back. I want to make sure that when life inevitably throws a curveball at you, you can bounce back faster, quicker, more efficient, less hurt, less pain. In order to get here, we have to understand and implement two things. First and foremost, understanding my 3-bucket philosophy. Life only falls into 3 buckets: my choices, your choices, and things that are out of your control. All of your power lies in my choices. All of these things are going to happen to you in one of these buckets. You're going to make bad choices. Somebody's going to make a bad decision that affects you. Something out of your control is going to happen to you eventually. If you take full responsibility and accountability for your life and the choices you make, you will understand that you can only respond to these things. How you respond determines how quickly you bounce back, how quickly you get back to being normal. We established the 3 buckets, and later on in other podcast episodes, we'll get into each of these in details and what happens if you make bad decisions in these, okay? In order to be ultra resilient, all right, I'm coining that phrase, ultra resilient, meaning nothing bothers you or nothing seems to bother you. Life still happens, but nothing seems to bother you, okay? In order to be ultra resilient, you need to live in the my choices bucket, and you need to make good decisions in what I call your core 4. Your core 4 is what I believe to be your most important areas, or the most important areas of your life: spiritual health, financial health, physical health, and mental health, okay? If you make good decisions in those areas and you commit to taking full responsibility for those areas, you're going to become ultra resilient. Right now, we're talking about spirituality. Spirituality is on the top end of that core 4. It's the crown of the core 4 because the spirituality is you. It's where your morals, your values, and your personality and everything about you lies. So if you can strengthen that and you can do better, now you can go down the list of these other core 4 areas and you can make great decisions in those. But we have to learn to take full and absolute responsibility for our lives. Yes, I'm going to repeat it again. There are some external things that are going to happen to you. There are some people that are going to be mean to you. They're going to sabotage your life. They're going to try to sabotage your life. If you take full responsibility for your life, you will learn how to respond appropriately and you will learn to bounce back from anything. All right. So right now we're finishing up spirituality, but today's episode is how to strengthen your spirituality. And there's one word that comes to mind for people who are extremely resilient, and that word is gratitude. Gratitude sounds a lot like attitude. And I'm glad it does, because your attitude determines your latitude, and your latitude can be gratitude. That's a bar, okay? Gratitude is the feeling of thankful appreciation for the good things that happen in life. It's also finding the value in what you receive from others and the world. This goes hand in hand with resilience, because remember the three buckets: my choices, your choices, and things out of your control, natural disasters, acts of God. Gratitude is being able to find the value in things that happen within these buckets. If you can do that, you're strengthening your spirituality. If you can do that, your ability to bounce back is going to increase. Let's say you got a job. Gratitude is being thankful for that job. Even though a customer with an attitude may have came in, yelled at you about his order, screamed at you about her order, told you were stupid, so on and so forth. Although that happened, you're grateful for this job. Okay? You're able to sift through the negative and say, you know what? Dang, I got yelled at today, unwarranted, and it was hurtful, but yo, I got yelled at on my job. I get a chance to work. I get a chance to make money, to better my finances, to better my future, so on and so forth. The opposite of that is what I see a lot. I'll see somebody in desperation. I've seen this play out in real life. I'll see somebody act in desperation. And this might be you. Please, Lord, get me a job. I just need a job. Please, I'll take anything. You get hired. 2 weeks later, someone yells at you, cusses at you. I hate this stupid job, right? Oh, this job is dumb. This job sucks. That's not a spirit of gratitude, all right? Finding value in what somebody does to you or what you get from the world. So gratitude, or practicing gratitude, having the spirit of gratitude, is this. And let's use real life scenarios. Let's say your girlfriend of 4 years cheats on you, or your husband or your marriage decides to, disintegrate, and a divorce is filed, your partner leaves you. What's going to help you bounce back faster is this. Although this happened to me, I am grateful for the time that we spent together. You start to look at the things that you benefited from. There's this great book called The Gap and the Gain, which talks about living in the gain, learning what did you gain from this situation. Although it ended in a sour way, what did you gain? What do you remember? What can you hold on to? What brought you joy? If you focus on those things, you're able to bounce back faster. You've seen this in real life. You've seen people who are miserable after their divorce, after their breakup, and they can't get over this person. They can't bounce back. And the fact that they can't bounce back starts to affect their other life. Some of y'all watching right now have friends that consistently complain about things that happened to them 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. They just can't let it go, and they're miserable. Having a spirit of gratitude negates that and excels your ability to bounce back in your mind. Mentally, it creates a stronger you. Physically, it creates a stronger you. Remember in episode 1, I said if there's a crack in your spirituality, or if there's a crack in any of your core 4, it starts to resonate through the rest of them. So that's a prime example. If something happens in the natural disasters bucket, the acts of God bucket, this bucket can be extremely devastating. We're talking about a fire that burned your house down, that you lived in and your family lived in for decades, and you lose everything. In the moment, it would be difficult for people to have a sense of gratitude. But those that bounce back from a devastating event like this have an attitude of gratitude. They're still hurt. They're still distraught. They're still crying and emotional over their loss, but they can bounce back quicker because they hold on to the things that were dear to them. They remember the house, the parties. They remember the grandchildren running around. They remember the things that brought them joy. So therefore, they are thankful. When you hold on to things that have brought you joy, you find ways to get back to that place. That is why spirituality is so important. Strong spiritual health will accelerate you getting back to a place of peace. And at the end of the day, resilience simply is to live in a world of peace, even when chaos is around you. This is why gratitude is such a critical component to strengthening your spirituality. There's a great story in the Bible that really emphasizes gratitude to me. And it's the story of Job. I encourage you to read it. Believer, non-believer, it's a great story. There's a great lesson in there. Read it, okay? I'm going to paraphrase it real quick. Basically, Satan is walking around looking for people to destroy. He comes across God and basically he challenges him. He says, the reason why Job worships you is because you give him all this stuff. You protect him. He has a beautiful wife. He has a lot of children. He's rich. I can guarantee you, it's Satan, I can guarantee you, if you take all of that away, he will turn on you, no problem. So God says, bet, do your best. And long story short, everything in Job's life, it falls apart. He loses his kids. He loses his wealth. He loses his health, right? His core four is gone, except for his spirituality. While he's going through his trial, he continues to thank God. There's an important part in there where even his wife sees everything that he has lost. And she tells him, just curse God and die. Metaphorically, some of y'all got friends like that. Some of y'all got friends that want to destroy your attitude of gratitude. You've seen that. Oh, you tell them, man, my boss is tripping at work. Girl, quit that job. Dang, me and my girl got into an argument. You got homies that say, leave her. You deserve better. Just leave her. Get out of there. Y'all got people like that in your life that is going to rob your attitude of gratitude. Job pretty much says, woman, be quiet. And despite him going through what he's going through, he thanks God. He continues to thank God. He says, though you slay me, yet will I trust in him. After that, God checks him on a few things. Again, read the story. It's a great story. God checks him on a few things, and then he gives back what he lost sevenfold. Everything that he lost, he gives it back. That's literally a great analogy about resilience. You lose everything, but you have this attitude of gratitude. He lost his health, he lost his wealth, but his spirituality was still intact. His friends were even challenging his mental health, but his spirituality was still intact. And because his spirituality was still intact and he had this attitude of gratitude, he got all of it back, and he got all of it back quick. That is resilience. We'll be right back. As you know, my passion is to help people build resilience, and it's a journey I've been on my entire life. That's why I created the Dee Hankins At Best Student Development Program. I started the program because I once was a student facing major curveballs, and I want to show students that they have a chance at a successful future no matter their background. We empower students with a 6-step framework called Win Your Challenges, and we build a network of support between students and parents and caring adults in their lives. If you're a parent, educator, or administrator and want to learn more about how we build bridges and transform school communities, I invite you to visit my website, deehankins.com. That's DeeHankins.com to learn more about how you can bring the At Best program to your school. All right, y'all, welcome back. So, how do we adopt an attitude of gratitude? First, you have to make an agreement with yourself that there's value in everything. Value in everything. There's value in pain. There's value in happiness. There's value in lost friendships. There's value in a loss of a job. There is value in everything. You have to make an agreement with yourself that says, instead of complaining, I'm going to find the value in this. Instead of complaining, I'm going to be grateful for what I had. If you can make that agreement with yourself, your spirit of gratitude is going to grow within you. You're going to sense this change, okay? Some of you may be going through something right now, and you're so focused on the negative. I want you to switch it, and I want you to go, okay, be honest. This situation sucks, and I'm hurting, and I'm sad, and I'm angry. But what did I enjoy? What value did I get out of this? What thing can I hold on to? It's hard to do that every day. So one of the things that I always suggest when it comes to gratitude is writing things down. Write what you're grateful for. There's gratitude journals that you can buy. Take time out of your day, though, to just write something down. What are you grateful for? What are you happy for? What good thing in life happened to you? Write those things down. Don't just focus on the negative. Oh, some customer came in and yelled at me. You know what? Write down, I still have a job. Today is my 6th year. LinkedIn does a great job of noting gratitude and milestones. So does Facebook, because they know how important it is. So if you're on Facebook, you might get a notification that says, this is your 10th Facebook anniversary, or you've been friends with this person for 10 years. They'll remind you of those things. You can do that too, big or small. 3 things that you're grateful for: your children, your job, your car that's running. Little small things. You ate today. You're in good health. You made it to the gym. Whatever the case may be, write those things down. And this is important because when you're going to relive your moments, go back into your journal. Where were you last year at this time? And if you can go back and look at that, you might see where your leaps and bounds from where you were. You might see that those same people that you wrote down last year that you were grateful for are still in your life, okay? You want to relive moments. You want to journal. Tell me if you haven't done this before. In your sadness, you just start scrolling through your phone looking for pictures, old pictures, things that you went through, especially in relationships. People do this all the time. You're going through, scrolling, you're looking at the picture of you and your partner on the beach and at this birthday party and this trip and so on and so forth. Do that, but don't do it when you're just sad. Make it a habit to relive positive moments in your life through pictures, through videos. Watch your wedding video over and over again to remind you, especially in tough times, but to remind you, you know what? This was a beautiful day. I made this commitment. The last tip I want to really give you is express your thankfulness. Oh, that goes such a long way. I've actually adopted that more and more. So my friend DJ Johnson came over to my house. He literally had 10 minutes. He just said, man, I have to pass by your house anyway. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. I got to pick up my son, but I'm going to stop by. He literally stopped by, dapped me up, had some water, and then left. And the crazy thing about it was when he got home, this was about an hour later, or a couple hours later. When he got home, he shot me a text and said, "Hey, bro, it was good to see you." Man, honestly, that just felt good. Even though it was quick, it felt good for my homie to hit me up and say, "Man, it was good to see you." That's gratitude. I had another friend. He called me, said, "Hey, D, man, you got time to chop it up a little bit?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, no problem." He called me. We sat on a Zoom call. We talked about some things, right? And then, "Oh, thank you for this, man. I really appreciate it. It meant a lot to me." And then we hung up. And right then and there, even though I already expressed it was nice talking to him, right then and there, I sent him a quick text and said, "Bro, I appreciate you, man." And that's it. I tell my friends, I got 6 good friends, and probably one of them watches my podcast, but they're still my homies. So shout out to my boys, Chris, Ricky, Jonathan, the twins, Jason and Anthony, Terrence, all my homies. I tell them all the time that I love them. And we hear the science that says, "Oh, men don't say it a lot, yada, yada." I tell my boys all the time that I love them. I call them just to say what's up. I try to do as much as I possibly can to let them know that I am thankful for them, because they bring a lot of joy into my life. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for them, I don't know who Dee Hankins would be. So I am grateful for those gentlemen in my life. And I make it a point to try to take pictures, relive memories, try to hang out. I'm grateful for them. When I'm having a bad time, if we can get together, it just melts it away. It just melts it away. I cherish the moments that we have together. I cherish the moments with my children, the pictures, the videos, all of those things. I'm going to tell you how extreme I get. I have letters that were written to me in middle school. Yes, if any middle school people that I went to middle school with are still watching this, I have all of your letters. Amanda, Yvonne, Katrina, I have all the letters ever written to me in a box, and I keep them. And every now and then when I'm cleaning out some stuff, I'll just read them, because it just reminds me of who I was back then. And I'm grateful for everyone that I come across. This attitude of gratitude has strengthened my spirituality in a major way. And it helps me to find and navigate the people that are going to bring joy into my life. And then there's Jaya. And Jaya John is one of my really, really good friends, almost like a big brother, father figure to me. We go out and eat all the time. He's maybe 20 years older than me, I think. But anytime we go out, he thanks me. "Hey, man, I really enjoy you making the trip out here to come and eat with me." Man, that means so much to me. So express your thankfulness. It works. Write a letter to somebody. Shoot a text message to somebody. Practice this, and that will strengthen your spirituality. We'll be right back. What's up, everyone? I'm excited to announce the launch of my brand new podcast, The Dee Hankins Show. But it isn't just about me. I want you to be a part of it too. I'm looking for your stories for 2 brand new segments. First up, Curveball Corner. If you have a situation or problem that you're dealing with, send in your story and I'll give you my best advice. Then we have Home Run Highlights for those moments of pure, undeniable success, like paying off your student loans, landing a new job, or buying a house. So, you ready to be on the show? Head to the link in my bio right now and share your story with me. I can't wait to hear from you. All right, y'all, welcome back. Let's recap. We want to strengthen our spirituality. Our spirituality is at the top of our core 4. One of the ways to strengthen your spirituality, or the best way to strengthen your spirituality, is to adopt an attitude of gratitude. How do we do that? We do that by recognizing and celebrating and being thankful for the good things that happen to us and finding value in what we receive from others and the world, whether positive or negative. You strengthen your gratitude by journaling. Get a gratitude journal or an index card. Write things down that have happened to you by expressing thanks. Make it a habit to express thanks to people, whether they did something small to you, whether they did something large, whether you haven't talked to somebody in a long time, but you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Just shoot them a quick message saying thank you for being you. And last but not least is relive the positive moments. Relive the good things that have happened in your life. Take pictures. Be in the moment. Rewatch videos. Look at old photos. Get together. Relive the moments that made you happy. All right? And that's going to help you strengthen your spirituality, which ultimately is going to make you ultra resilient. So when life throws curveballs, you're going to bounce back much quicker. Now it's time to get to my favorite section, but nobody submitted a curveball corner or a home run highlight. Look, y'all, I want to hear from you. Submit, turn in your stories. Tell me about a curveball that's going on in your life. Tell me something great that has happened to you, and you might get featured on the show. I want to hear from you. So that's it for today. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Remember, life throws curveballs, but even curveballs can be hit for home runs. I'll see y'all next time.